to CaribNation Television. I'm Ian Edwards. I'm standing outside the Ben Franklin Field at the University of Pennsylvania, the site of the 121st edition of the Penn Relay Carnival, a tradition that spans back to 1895. Over the years, we have brought you coverage on various aspects of these Relay Carnival events. This year, we take you directly to the athletes, telling their stories, focusing on their experiences at these events.
To almost everyone since I've been in the country 21 years, and it's a major event for the Jamaicans because we have our athletes that come from Jamaica. This is where they come to exhibit their skills, and a lot of schools and colleges always come to see and to pick and to choose and to probably sponsor them for colleges or whatever events.
So where's your family?
My family's right here. I have my nephew over there, aunties. I have my nieces over there. My husband is at the gate. He's waiting to come in.
So he's the gate man?
Not really, but he's waiting at the gate. He'll be in soon, and I have the other members in the stand already. I think it should be better than last year, and I hope it continues. But I also think they need to change the name from Penn Relays.
Why?
It should be a Jamaica International Meet, because it's mostly Jamaican that represents here.
Okay. Point to ponder.
We coming here for 30 years.
30?
Years. Break for 5, and so come back for 23 consecutive years. And this act go way back in the years. It starts from one button till now. It's also a political button. If you notice, you see.
Okay, so yes, interestingly, you have buttons that tell the story of your coming to Penn.
Coming to Penn, yeah.
Oh, I've been coming for the past 10 years, and this year it seems like everybody's out cold and normal, but it's great, having fun.
Penn Relay could never miss me.
Like how many years have you been coming?
Oh my gosh, like
You forget.
over like
so long.
20 years?
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, a lot of years. And I would never miss Penn Relay unless something seriously happened. I'm representing, of course, you can tell, the country of Jamaica.
I've been coming here since 1992, almost every year.
Apart from the camaraderie and all of that, and the friendships you link with, what is it about the races that keep drawing you back?
I enjoy track and field. I mean, I've been fortunate to go to Clarendon College and Jamaica College, and we have a good history of track and field, so I really do enjoy it.
Proud to be Jamaican because, as you can see, I'm boasting Usain Bolt and my colors. So I'm really patriotic to my country. So I love my country, I love the United States also. But this here, Penn Relays, is something that if we could carry into the rest of our lives, like just that competition should be clean, it should be happy, and may the best person win. And if we think we're the best and we didn't so-called win, but we fought a good fight, then that's what's important throughout life.
Roger Shaw has journeyed here from Toronto, Canada for this 121st anniversary of Penn Relays. Now tell us what you've seen so far today, Saturday.
Well, you know what? The first thing I saw was this very cold day. But after that, I saw the Jamaicans start the ball rolling. So Marvin Williams to the 400-meter hurdles in the 4th fastest time ever for a high schooler, 51.10. But after that, the 4x4 started. And that's when we see all the fireworks. We saw Kingston College coming up with a 3:15. We saw some TC College from Washington. I think that's where you guys are from. Yeah, and you know what? They look really good. 2 guys split in 45. I expect records, no matter how cold it is. I expect records today.
Describe for us a feeling that it brings to you as minister.
One of the things we're ensuring that we're doing for our athletes is not just to come and stand with them on the podium, but to provide for them all of what is going to be required to assist them in their process of development. And so we have currently started on the process of enrolling them, all our elite and international athletes. As long as you're in an international program, you'll be enrolled in the Jamaica Athlete Insurance Program. So all of these athletes who represent us internationally will be covered by a national insurance policy. We also want to ensure that there's a welfare program for them so that if they fall into any particular situation that we can assist them. So when we stand on the podium, it's not just about enjoying the end results, but ensuring that we participate in a process of development. So when I stand up there, I feel justified that we have participated as a government in the process of development, but elated as a Jamaican to know that we're doing so well.
We went out there to do our best, and our best was good enough on the day. We had a great team going in the final and also the fastest time. So we're pleased with the performance and we're happy with the win.
We just came out here hoping to win USA. They've been dominating the USA for quite a while. We said we're going to come out here, each person do their leg, so we can come out and do the victory.
I think it was okay. I have to talk to my coach after, but I'm just happy that Jamaica won the race.
What shape are you in now?
Oh, I can't say. I just take each race as they come, and just want to stay healthy. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Share with us some of your thoughts about Penn Relays this year and in previous years. How long have you, when was the first time you've been here?
The first time to the Penn Relays, I think, was 2002, when I just went to UTech. You know, I was running for the university at that time. I ran for them 2 years, you know, so it's been pretty exciting. You know, always excited to come here. You know, always a big Jamaica support here, so, you know, it's very exciting.
Speaking of the Jamaica support, I mean, did it empower you when you looked in the stands and saw your compatriots?
Yeah, definitely. You know, a lot of energy, you know, from the crowd. You know, they're very excited. They love the sport. They love to see their Jamaican athletes on the track. So, you know, just a lot of encouragement from them. You know, just give us a big energy boost.
Come here for quite some time, so the experience is really good, and running for Jamaica, you have a lot of Jamaica support like right next to the starting line. It's really good and they keep cheering you on, so I must say the atmosphere here is really nice, and then it's warm up today with the type of weather that we're accustomed to, so I'm really happy we came out here and ran. Wanted a win, but you know, next time.
Speaking of the Jamaican support, when you go other places where there's just a smattering of Jamaicans, does that, I mean, when you come here, does this power you up any extra?
Well, you know, once you have, it's just like a kid running and their parents is there cheering them on. We have the Jamaica crowd here cheering us on. It's different, it's way different here. So I must say, shout out to the Jamaican fans that keep coming here to support us.
women's coach at the Philadelphia University. The chairman of the board of directors of Penn Relays as we celebrate the 25th year. Morganville, Texas, but she's got a lot of company.
Share with us your experiences about being here at Penn Relays.
Well, it's my first Penn Relays, and you know, you always feel the pride and joy through a television. You always feel it, but it's completely different once you're actually at the event. And let me tell you, I'm feeling the Jamaican love. We're all proud of our athletes forever and always, so it's compares to nothing to cheer them on right here, live and direct.
And by the way, speaking of the Jamaican love, at the finals with you, you had a lot of love going around the world in your behalf.
Yes, absolutely, and I'm so grateful for it each and every day, because without that love and support, I would not have reached as far as I did.
And we certainly believe that your presence here as one of the ambassadors of Jamaica is doing a lot for the morale of the team.
I mean, absolutely. I want to support anything Jamaica does, anywhere they are, as long as I'm able to. I mean, this is a proud moment always for us to be here and to cheer on our athletes on.
We add to the tourism product of the country like no other area. There's no campaign, I think, that the Ministry of Tourism could do better than what these athletes do for us on the field. After Usain Bolt won in Olympics 2012, and having had a declining market share in the UK for 4 years prior to 2012.
Tourist market, that is.
Tourist market. We have seen an improvement every year thereafter following the 2012 Olympics. We're now some 17% improved in the UK market. And so we know that these athletes do more than just come out here and make themselves and their country proud, but they add to the economic value of the country. They add to the GDP and the bottom line. And so when we stand on the podium today, it's for all of these reasons, because we value what it is that they do for themselves, for their families, for their country, and for all of us.
And in fact, speaking of the tourism and the sports, where are we with the sports tourism as a potential cornerstone?
We recognize that tourism for us over these many years has been traditionally sand, sea, and sun. Having become minister in 2012, the idea of a sports tourism focus came into play. There's now established within the Ministry of Tourism a sports tourism committee headed by Mr. Chris Daring, and their mandate is solely to market that sport component of brand Jamaica, and that's precisely what they're doing. So it's heads to beds. The sports tourist is one who spends quite a bit more than the regular tourist, so we recognize that. And so we're doing all of those things and putting all those things in place to attract as many of those tourists to Jamaica.
Describe to us the feeling of, landing this.
It's excellent. It's a very great feeling. I mean, we did it last year, so we had to come back and show the world that it wasn't a fluke. So we had to come back and prove to them that, yeah, we are doing great things in Jamaica. And we're trying to take over the world, as you can see, as in regards to sprinting. So this is also work in progress, in gear towards that.
Yeah. And in fact, UTech is coming into its own in terms of track and field.
Exactly. UTech is I would say, the best right now in regards to sprinting in Jamaica, in terms of universities. And now this is another milestone in helping the development and aiding our excellence as we go forward.
Gentlemen, Calabar, congratulations, fantastic, wonderful 4x400. How does that leave you feeling as the curtains are coming down on Penn Relays 2015?
Well, it's a tremendous feeling, coming here in the final, just carry on the button smoothly, and that's what he did. Come out victorious.
And how did it leave you when you heard all the roaring coming from the stands?
Well, words can't explain, It's an awesome feeling. Yeah. All the Calabar fans supporting and cheering for us does motivate me a lot. So we give thanks for that.
Especially around the 400. Come to Penn to participate in the 4x4 with Jamaica. So today is a good day for me You know that I run the second leg in the 4x4. I never run second leg for a long decade. So, well, anytime I go out there, I just play my part and my teammate play for them part. So, we happy about everything. You know that we'll complete the race injury-free. So, that is my biggest concern. Track and field is not a lifetime. You know that anything can happen to you in track and field. No, I just gonna beat the bookwork. I want to become a doctor, or a lawyer, or a soldier. What? Most, I want to be a soldier. Yeah.
Your thoughts so far about the Jamaican performance at Penn Relays this year?
I think the athletes gave a good account of themselves. It is now April. Most of the athletes are not ready to run. They are not sharp as yet. Most of them, their season extends all the way to September. So at this point in time, they are just getting ready to compete outdoors. So I think the performance was excellent.
Over the last 8 or so years, you know, the Jamaican presence in the collegiate ranks has become more than just participation. You know, it was always that the Jamaicans in the collegiate races would only be the Jamaicans who go to schools in the United States. Now it is possible, and we see happening, that schools which are based in Jamaica can come and compete against the might of the colleges, you know, which are in the United States. And
the might of the largesse.
Yeah, you know, and the colleges, I mean, all the best colleges are here. You know, so it is a feat for UTEC and GC First and UA to be able to compete. I mean, it's not a regional meet as a high school meet is. You know, we know that when we do well at the college level, we know that we compete against the best the United States has to offer, and teams which are of multiple nationalities. You know, all the top schools have people from the African continent, Europe, Jamaica, the Caribbean, the United States. So we are essentially competing against the best colleges in the world. And so when we do hold our own, we have a reason to be feeling proud. And you know, it has shown that the effort that the officials of the universities in Jamaica have put into helping and to develop the sport, it is paying off.
In fact, as you say, it's paying off. Of course, you know, Jamaica has had a long-standing tradition in sprint in particular. Currently, the dominant force in the world. Looking 5, 10, 15 years down the line, where do you see it going?
Well, as I said, our success in the past has always been dependent on the willingness of the colleges, or it being the college interest in America, to take the youngsters who we produce out of the high schools and fashion them into champions. Now we are able to take some of them at the universities in the States and try our best to make them competitive in the world. So as long as I think we are successful in doing so, as long as we are able to take some of the youngsters and develop them both mentally, physically, and their character, I think we will always continue to do well. You know, because it is that, I think, which has been the difference now versus, say, 10 years ago.
Yeah. In fact, you know, you touched on this whole thing of, you know, taking them and fashioning them in Jamaica and competing with the world. We've been doing this in other realms of the education arena and so forth, in education in Jamaica. So the sporting arena, it is no strange thing that should be.
Well, I don't know how successful we have been. I think athletics may be the only area that we have been able to
it's totally fashion supreme people who are the best at what they do worldwide. Certainly, to provide our kids with training facilities, which may not be as pretty as others, but certainly are as effective. And as a blueprint, it will do a lot, I think, for efforts in other areas. But I think it is remarkable, and it is something which we can replicate in other areas if we approach it in a practical and scientific manner.
In fact, coupled with all of what you've just said, and having spoken with the Minister of Sport who is here, she touched on a number of initiatives the government is embarking on in the sports realm. So when you twin those things and other things to come, you're satisfied that we will be able to maintain this consistency and even improve?
No. Well, I don't know what plan she has. But I do know that based on what I've observed of Jamaican plans in the past, I will be very optimistic that the government has an input. Where the government can help, the government doesn't seem to be able to help. So it has to be the effort of private individuals and universities and so on to see that it is in their interest and to do what they can to help. Because in Jamaica, whatever the government does doesn't really work. Luckily, the inter-school association and the federation to a lesser extent, and the colleges and so on, have been able to work through this and come up with a system which works in spite of the non support or only the verbal support of the government. And so as long as we are not like West Indies cricket and believe that it will all naturally come through and we have natural cricketers. I remember the days
by osmosis
when people used to say, you need to develop cricketers, and we said, no man, we have natural fast bowlers and natural batsmen. And other people apply science cricket and leave us way behind. And I think as long as we don't have that kind of approach in Jamaica, then we will be able to keep our heads above water.
And finally, on a related note, when you peel back the curtain and look at the crop of athletes coming, say, to UTEC from the high schools, secondary schools and so forth, are you optimistic?
No, not really, because I think the athletes, success tends to breed not only complacency, but an image of being over. People don't understand just how bad they are based on the fact that they are successful at a certain level. And I think that there's a very great danger that because of the eagerness of the Jamaican public and the Jamaican media for the success that this one shining light is bringing, the youngsters get overwhelmed and they have images of how great they are, and really they're not that good, and they're very far away from being at the top. However, if we can control that, and if we can find ways to ensure that the kids who leave high school just as they always did. We have this whole situation with the telecommunication companies giving these funds to these two kids who probably not going to make it. And the fact that they have been given these funds by these companies kind of ensures that they won't make it, because they don't have a discipline, they don't have the understanding to know that, look, we're very, very, very far from the top. So therefore we have to be as we always were. And now you have these kids driving these cars and living in these fancy apartments and so on. And the jury is very, very out as to where they're going to do. So if we can cut that down, and let these kids understand, okay, now that you have left school and you might have won a medal or two, the journey has just begun. And now you have to redouble your work. Now you're entering a field where you are very, very small. Excuse me. And now you need to adopt a mindset which says, no, it's just hard work. Hard work at school, hard work on the training ground.
And for them, for instance, coming to UTEC to realize that they may have been top of their class in secondary or high school, but when they come to UTEC, they're just one of many bright people.
Yeah, but we are not going to get those kind of people because we don't accept those kind of people at the UTEC program. The kind of people who we accept are people who understand that, look, we are coming here to work hard to make sure that we can go get better. You know, and because we know that there is a huge chance of any youngster leaving high school not going anywhere. You know, and no matter how good you think you are, it takes a lot of time. And, you know, as I told somebody, you know, I mean, improvement, the better you are in high school, the harder improvement is. And so it takes a great amount of discipline and mindset and the feeling of wanting to accomplish for you to succeed. And so therefore we try to instill that in our youngsters and hope that will be part of the formula to get them to come and perform on the international scene.
And Mr. Francis, I must thank you and commend you for the focus that you're putting in at UTEC. In my mind, that's a formula for success.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The curtains have come down on yet another fantastic edition of the Penn Relays Carnival from the Ben Franklin Field at the University of Pennsylvania in the heart of Philadelphia. This time we have focused on the athletes themselves, giving you in their own words their take on the Relay Carnival itself. We hope you have enjoyed this special presentation. From the Relay Carnival in Philadelphia, I'm Ian Edwards for CaribNation TV.